Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video, and today I have created this beach wave effect in UE5 Niagara, and this is just sprites, and then I have this mesh, and I just copied this from this reference. This is too good. This is really looks good, and it is a 2D FX animation, and I just tried to do that in Niagara. My effect is not the perfect, it doesn't match the quality of my reference, but you will get the idea how to create this type of effect, and you can change the texture and tweak a lot of other settings to make it look good. And you can also make good model of this tree. I adjust the basic model. So let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So I'll create that from scratch, then I'll show you my original. So in my original I have three emitter. First is just the wave, this is the main part. Then I have this sand which has just the two colors, and these white, you can say the waves in water moving. Then third is just a tree, single particle. So let's create a folder, and I'll also put this file for download. You can download and check. Okay, so now, and my Unreal Engine 5 is crashing a lot. So I will try to show you the basic quickly. Just check it out from scratch. So like you have a material M wave, and I'll just keep saving again and again, and I'll just make an instance of this, and I'll show you my values in instance, and these values I animated through dynamic parameter in Niagara. So I'll just show you here. So like you have a texture, like I have two texture, you can take any texture. Okay, and on box, so if you add a gradient mask red channel, and then you can add more value here or subtract. Let's say I'm adding the value, then if I multiply it with the floor, that will just take the values. You can see here the floor expected the value, round them the previous integer, it will give you just an integer like this. And if I just save this, and here in instance I can just use this add value, and you can see is eroding very quick, very cool, but there is a still white, gray and black values. So after the floor you can use the saturate, that will make the value from 0 to 1. Now I have just white and black, but this white should be cut from here like this, from here. So how will do that? I have already shown you that in my tutorial in a very good way I have described, so you can watch this tutorial, shock wave material, 20 minutes just about this material, so you will have better knowledge. You can watch that. So like you have this gradient, if I add some value here and offset, okay, and if I connect this here, this is the gradient, and if I increase the value, it's increasing it, and but it's becoming white. So what I'll do, I'll take the oops, crashed. I'll just keep saving and see my instance gone. Let me save this. Okay, So I was adding some value here, offset, and then I will take the step node and use the same gradient and use the inverted value of my offset value, and then if I'll preview this, I will have a sharp black and white thing. Like if I make this 0.5, see, and if I multiply these together and connect it here, save. So now I have this offset thing. It is sharp from here and faded from there, and then you can add a power node, and this will be your width of your waves. So width and connect, save. So now if I make the width 1, this is the width I have, full width, and I can increase this, and now you can see I have this thing. This is sharp from here and faded from back side. And now what you can do, you can add this with your texture, and in your texture you have also this add node here, but instead of this add node I'll take power node, and this will be my dissolve. Okay, and I can multiply this again with this. So this, because here I have just a gradient and I don't want anything to go outside that gradient, so multiply that again. Let's make this one 10. This is my dissolve, this is my width, and this is my offset. See? So you can move your wave, you can choose how much width you have, and then the last thing, this front point should be distorted also. So I will use the same noise texture, and here I need, because my whole gradient is coming from this, so I will add this noise here, but before add I will multiply it to control how much distortion I need, and here I will make a parameter distort and just save. And now distort is 0 now, and I have this thing, and I have this thing, and if I increase distort, it will distort the front. Okay, and now I can offset this. So all these things I animated according to the time when I needed distortion, when I need to offset, when I need to animate the width. All these parameters I animated in my dynamic parameter, and I also make parameter for random tiling, and this is done. And now let me just open my map again. Now this BG which has this wave and colors, so for this you can, and one more thing, this wave is diagonal, this is not straight. So like here you have this straight wave that coming from left to right. I need diagonal, so I will open this master material, and because I have this texture coordinate that is straight, so I will take the custom rotator, connect the UVs here, center point will be 0.5, and this is my angle, save. This is really frustrating, but I'm just doing it because I have no solution for now, and I really don't have much time to figure it out what the problem it has. So yes, I have already reinstalled my UE5, and if you guys have the same issue and you solve it, please let me know in the comment box. That will be really helpful for me. Otherwise I will have to spend some time to check it out. So I have now added this custom rotator with angle, and I can rotate this like this, and I have this option. So our wave is done, and now the BG. So for BG, I'll just copy this thing because I need it, and I'll make the again one more material, paste, and again mask, connect directly here, and I will just make this point to 590 degree. Okay, so I have this, you can just rotate, but you just need to take the LURP and connect it here. Then two colors, one is your cyan, one is sandy, whatever color you choose, and then you need to connect it here. So you have two colors, and then one more thing, let me just open my map. I have slightly yellow here, so to do that you can take the radial exponent. If I preview this, I decrease the density and I change the center point here, and I'll increase the radius. .5 or maybe 0.7, then multiply this with, or you can just make the LURP again, and this will be your alpha, this is your original, and then take the one more color, that is yellow, add this here, stop. Let me increase the value. So I have slightly yellow here, and I can increase the radius. Okay, now I just need some waves that just moving here diagonal on the blue part, like my original one. Okay, let me just isolate this. Like in my blue part, I have now three colors in my this material, but I need this. So I'll take again this noise texture, and I'll use the same thing here also, and I'll use the pen and start previewing this. Add some value in your pen, and then I will decrease the tiling. Because I'm doing tiling before the custom rotator, it's changing it different way, so I will just multiply this, take the append, and then I can choose the tiling here. So I'll take the 1 and 0.1, or 1 and 0.1, and make that this 2.5. Okay, so now I have this, let's make it 2, and because I have the gradient here, this gradient, so I will multiply this noise texture with this gradient crest, and material will not be saved, so I'll have to do that again. That is really frustrating. Let me just finish this tutorial. Okay, so I don't have that noise texture again. I'll just copy this, paste this here. Pen. Let me just save it. I don't want these nodes to disappear again. 2.1. Let's preview this. -1. Okay, so I have this, and now I have the gradient here, so multiply this gradient with your noise. So you have noise here, and I won't invert it, so I will invert my gradient, and then I'll use the power to control the gradient, convert. So I have now waves here, and I can add these wave on my whole texture. Stop. So I have blue, I have this color, I have this yellow patch here, and I have waves, although the rotation of wave is not correct. Now done. So done. So now I'll show you my original effect. This is my original effect, and also you can scale my whole effect if you want. You can just scale this down or up. Okay, so first I have this wave, and this is the material which I have, and same thing, I use the same concept. And one more thing, let me show you. This whole effect is round corner, so for that I have this thing. Let me show you again how to do that. So take the texture coordinate and mask, single channel, take the sign, connect it here. So you have this. Now make the sign 2. You have gradient from both sides. Duplicate this whole thing, make the green channel, then multiply these together. So you have this, and now you can take the step node, .1, and now you can invert this. So you will multiply with this your whole effect, and it will cut it out in the round corner. So this is what I did here, you can see. So this is the same material but I have shown you already, but instead of the instance I use this parameter for everything, for pen, for dissolve, for noise, styling, wave size, everything. Okay, and this is for the round corners. And here in particles, spawning one particle, and the time of spawn is random from 0 to 5, so it will not look the same every time. Sometime it spawn quickly, sometime it will take some break, 0.5 seconds. Spawning one particle with random delay, then 2 life. And I am using this apply owner scale to attribute and scale sprite size with my owner, what I am doing here. Okay, so you need this. Then dynamic parameter, and you can see random tiling, distort pen is 0. You can increase this if you want, and distort, this is 0 now. You can see the flat, and this is now value. This is rotation, then panning, then dissolve, overlife, then these are noise, styling, wave size, all those modules. Then send, and in this one, this is a duplicate version of this emitter, just the material is different. So you can see I have done the same thing, custom rotator, mask, then lerp and all this color, then radial ramp to add this yellow part, and this yellow part is spawn here. And then I have this noise texture that is panning, and I'm controlling the size, styling everything in my particles. And this is for round corners, and you can see angle, offset, fade, all these random tiling. I am using that dynamic parameter, and this is just a single particle which spawn, and life is infinite, and position I offset it to make it here on corner. And that's it. It was simple. So I hope you liked it, and if you have any queries, just comment below the video, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel CGHOW. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.